In a small village nestled between two hills lived a boy named Rahul. Life had never been kind to him. His family was poor, his clothes were torn, and his shoes had more holes than soul. His father, once a hard-working farmer, had fallen ill, and his mother, though determined, could barely keep the kitchen fire burning with the little grain they had. Rahul was only 14, but circumstances had forced him to grow beyond his years. There were no excuses left. The responsibility of the entire family fell on his fragile shoulders. So one cold morning, he walked into the nearby forest, picked up a few dry branches and tied them together. That bundle of wood became his first product. He walked 5 kilometers to the town and sold it for a few coins. That was the beginning. Day after day, Rahul would wake up before the sun, walk into the forest, collect wood, and take it to the market. Some days he earned enough for one meal, some days not even that. Yet he never complained. He didn't have the luxury to. One day, while selling his wood in the market, Rahul noticed a man sitting under a tree, dressed in formal clothes, speaking fluent English. He was helping some students solve problems from their notebooks. Rahul stood there, listening, fascinated. He had never heard someone speak like that. It was elegant, smooth, powerful. For the first time, Rahul felt something stir inside him, an aspiration. After the students left, Rahul approached the man and said in his broken Hindi, "Sir, I want to speak like you. Will you teach me?" The man looked at Rahul's worn-out clothes and dirty hands and smiled gently. "Why do you want to learn English?" Rahul replied, "Because I want to change my life." The man reached into his bag and took out an old English grammar book. "Here, this is for you. Learn from it. If you can understand even one page, come back and I'll give you the second one." Rahul held the book like it was treasure. That night, under the dim light of a homemade lantern, he began to learn. A, B, C, new letters, new sounds, new hope. He didn't understand much at first, but he kept trying. The same boy who once only counted money now started counting syllables. Villagers mocked him. "You're a wood seller, not a scholar. Stop this madness." But Rahul smiled and replied, "Even a wood seller can dream." As months passed, Rahul improved. He learned to form sentences, then small paragraphs. He started teaching the basics of English to younger kids in his village. He would sell wood in the morning, teach in the evening, and study at night. It was not easy. He was always tired, always hungry, but never hopeless. 1 year later, Rahul met the same man in the city. This time, he greeted him in English. "Good evening, sir. I read the entire book you gave me, thank you." The man was stunned. "You learned all that on your own?" "No, sir," Rahul replied. "I learned it with hunger, with fire, and with faith." The man, impressed by his determination, introduced Rahul to an NGO that worked for underprivileged children. They gave Rahul a scholarship, a proper education, and a chance to train as a teacher. Rahul embraced it all. He soaked up knowledge like a sponge. He asked questions, stayed late in the library, and never let a single opportunity pass. 5 years later, Rahul returned to his village, but this time not as a wood seller. He came back as an educated young man with a vision. He opened a small school in his backyard with the money he had saved and named it the Learning Tree. Children who once roamed the streets aimlessly now sat under a roof, reading books, learning English, solving math problems. Rahul taught with passion, not just from textbooks, but from his life. He taught them the value of effort, the power of consistency, and the importance of never giving up. Within 3 years, the Learning Tree became one of the most respected schools in the area. Rahul was invited to educational conferences, and his story was published in local newspapers. People who once laughed at him now sent their children to study under him. One day, a journalist came to interview him and asked, "What inspired you to become a teacher?" Rahul smiled and said, "My hunger, not just for food, but for change, and a man who believed that even a poor boy could learn." The journalist asked, "What do you say to children who are struggling like you once did?" Rahul paused and replied, "Don't let your circumstances define your destiny. Struggle is not a curse. It's your training ground. Use every pain as a stepping stone. Keep climbing, even when your legs shake, because one day the same people who doubt you will clap for you." His words resonated with thousands. Videos of his speech went viral. Donations poured in. The school expanded. from one classroom to 10, from one teacher to 20. And yet, Rahul remained the same humble man who once carried bundles of wood on his back. He still wore simple clothes, ate simple food, and every night before sleeping, he read a few pages of a new book. Today, Rahul is known as the wood seller who built a school. His life is a testament to the fact that success doesn't come from wealth, but from willpower. Moral of the story: your background does not define your future. You can be born in poverty, but if you carry the fire to rise, nothing can stop you. Education is not limited to schools. Learning can happen under trees, by lanterns, and even through pain. Consistency beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. So if you ever feel like giving up, remember Rahul, the boy who had nothing but a bundle of wood and a heart full of dreams. He didn't wait for the world to change. He changed himself, and the world followed. Believe, begin, become. One story, one spark. That's all it takes. Subscribe and let's build that fire together.